Sunday. Today is the 14th of March. We just turned the clocks forward. Here's our reading. I began with the 9 of Cups, the 8 of Pentacles, and the Ace of Water. The 9 of Cups is kind of the best of both worlds. The abundant emotions of contentment, happiness, and it's kind of a Jupiter on a vacation. It's nice. And then the 8 of Pentacles, also known as Ordinariness. It's like being able to, kind of the ability to be in the moment, because that moment is so blissful. And yeah, I just want to keep doing it. It's my strength. The 8 of Pentacles reminds me of the movie Heidi, when her grandfather lived up on the Alm and the mountains gave him strength. It's beautiful. And then the third movement, this is right out of the gate, a present moment, going with the flow, the Ace of Cups. You know, Cups isn't just emotions, it's water, obviously, and water is memory. Water is also trust, because of its harmonic trust that we have on the far left, the 10 of Cups. So yes, that Ace of Cups gives you the strength to trust, because you're not expending any resistance whatsoever. You're simply going with the flow. And here's dolphins from the heart, like a dolphin, like a wave, like a dedicated, determined force of current, of harmony. And then mind, the middle card, is the Knight of Clouds. It's a lot of mess in there. And notice on the, which would be the left brain, it's like columns, towers that are kind of lit on the top. And then there's one way at the top there. And then if you go to the left side of the card, which would indicate the location of the right brain hemisphere, you notice we've got way down, the towers are connecting, they're uniting. And then that third one is sort of not even connected there. It's kind of like right at the top. And so that right hemisphere is pretty much leading the way. But it has all these left brain fires to put out. In the meantime, there's all this junk inside. And you're only seeing out of one eye. Wow, isn't that the truth? Mind, that is the Knight of Swords. And then the 7 of Wands, which is 7 of Fire, stress. And that's inevitable to me, because you've got, you know, this inner contentment, you have ordinariness, things to do. You're really just encouraged to trust. It's almost like a gift of trust. And it gives you this harmony. But in your mind, you've got these fucking fires happening. And the 7 of Wands, which is stress, having a lot of irons in the fire, just, you know, keep that monkey on a longer leash, that's all. All right. So we have harmony, then we have consciousness. I'm sorry, those were the wings. Consciousness is the ace of clouds, or the ace of swords. Yeah, this is Seven of Wands, Ace of Swords. Consciousness. That's really kind of how we would see ourselves, you know, our actual selves with our human eyes, if we could see in perspective our greater selves. And it's just amazing. And it's a gift of this mind flow air. All right. Then we have turning inward. Actually, yeah, turning inward, number 4. So it's the 4 of Cups, more cups. Look at all these cups. So the right mind is in charge. This one. But it needs this one to get in harmony. There's the harmony. The ordinariness, going with the flow. The result is harmony. Now we have projections, the 7 of Cups. So you notice that the, here's in contrast, the turning in. 4, turning in. It's like I was saying, open that lotus of your heart. Because that's where you really live. And when you go in there, that's how you get to Him. This higher self of yours. That this is actually that. And it just seems impossible. But it's a visual way of trying to conceptualize it and feel its presence in its true reality. But when you go inward, then all the outside is in contrast and you see who is not you. When you go in and you like just sit with you, with that's you. See that little thing there? It's all around you. I mean, it's just, some people's auras can actually project around the planet. So it's really infinite. So turning in, when you go into that space, but then you contrast of all the voices, blah, 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 blah. But then you become aware of what is you and what isn't you. These aren't you. That's you. Okay? And you're getting peaceful inside. But what is all this? These are all the voices that you hear. All the guilt it's for. So it's emotions, spirit, could be even actual spirits. But you're safe in here, the waters. Okay. So we talked about these. Now, integration. This is 1 plus 5 minus 1 is 4, so 10, 4, it's a 5. So this is a 5, and that is basically the entire meaning of the reading, because this guy is getting the treatment. So the intuitive self needs to heal. It's on fire, and they're all talking to each other, but all these, you know. So in contrast, okay, 7 in contrast to the 4. So when you go in, then you hear what is not you, all out, right? But when you project out, which is 7, coming in is 4, going out is 7. What do you see when you go out? You actually see what you think is you. So when you look inside and you just see you, you see what you think is everybody else. And in here, when you look out, what you think is you. It's opposite. Of course, everything is opposite. That's why we integrate. That's why the yin-yang goes around and around in these swirls. integrating the opposite incrementally, and this is bite size. It's basically telling you this is the portion or the measure. That's a, you know, serving size right there. And that's every time it goes around, it incorporates one more. So this is very methodical, and it's a way to bring, you know, the swan, that is this embodiment of pure human grace, and the eagle, which is embodiment of pure human courage and initiative and creativity. So the grace and the initiative come together and create this oneness. So that is the reading today.